Several electrical safety and code compliance issues were identified during the trim-out of a new house. Firstly, there's a missing home run to 2 bedrooms. This poses a serious safety hazard. Without a home run, the circuit protection is compromised, significantly increasing the risk of electrical fires. Secondly, the whole bathroom outlet, hall outlet and light, and 3 living room outlets are all on one circuit. This creates an overload situation, potentially leading to overheating and electrical fires. Thirdly, there's no provision for a smoke detector in a 4th bedroom or study that has a closet. This is a direct violation of the electrical code. All bedrooms and studies are required to have smoke detectors installed. Fourthly, the nearest outside outlet is more than 25 feet from the air conditioning unit. This is another code violation, as the electrical code states the nearest outlet must be within 25 feet of the unit. Fifthly, there's no supplemental ground installed as required by a local amendment. This is a code violation, assuming the local amendment requires it for all new houses. A proper ground is crucial for safety. Addressing these issues is paramount. Concerning the missing home run to the 2 bedrooms, insist on having it installed immediately to ensure proper circuit protection. Regarding the missing smoke detector, install it as soon as possible to comply with the code and improve safety. It's imperative to address these safety concerns without delay. For the whole bathroom circuit, we route it to comply with the electrical code. This might involve adding a new circuit or moving outlets to different circuits to distribute the load. Address the remaining code violations. Ensure a doorbell is installed. Correct the outside outlet placement in relation to the air conditioning unit, moving it to within 25 feet. Contact the local building department to clarify the supplemental ground requirement and comply accordingly. There are several actions to take to mitigate risks and ensure compliance. Communicate these issues clearly. Explain the safety and code compliance reasons behind these recommendations. Insist on having all issues resolved before proceeding with the final inspection. Keep a detailed record of all conversations and actions taken to address these issues. Take photos of the code violations as evidence. Consider seeking a second opinion from an independent electrical inspector if necessary. The concerns related to electrical safety in this residence cannot be overstated. The missing home run to the 2 bedrooms represents a critical deficiency. A home run is the direct electrical connection from the circuit breaker in the electrical panel to the first electrical box or device on that circuit. It serves as the primary path for electricity to flow, and it's sized appropriately to handle the anticipated load of the circuit. Without a proper home run, the circuit's overcurrent protection, typically a circuit breaker or fuse, may not function correctly. In an overcurrent situation, such as a short circuit or overload, the breaker is designed to trip, cutting off power to the circuit and preventing overheating and potential fires. If the home run is missing or undersized, the breaker may not trip as quickly or at all, allowing excessive current to flow, which can lead to dangerous temperatures in the wiring and connected devices. This can melt insulation, ignite nearby materials, and cause a fire. In the scenario described, the absence of the home run means the circuit is likely being fed from another circuit, possibly one not designed to handle the additional load. This further exacerbates the risk of overloading and overheating. Therefore, immediate action is required to install the correct home run, ensuring the circuit is properly protected and the risk of electrical fire is minimized. The overloaded circuit is another significant concern. The fact that the whole bathroom outlet, hall outlet and light, and 3 living room outlets are all on the same circuit indicates a potential overload. Electrical circuits are designed to carry a specific amount of current, measured in amps. This capacity is determined by the size of the wiring and the rating of the circuit breaker. When the total current draw of all devices connected to a circuit exceeds its capacity, the circuit is considered overloaded. Overloading can cause the wiring to overheat, potentially damaging the insulation and creating a fire hazard. Additionally, it can damage connected devices and appliances. In the bathroom, outlets are typically required to be on a dedicated 20 amp circuit to accommodate higher power devices like hair dryers and curling irons. Placing bathroom outlets on the same circuit as other outlets and lights in the hallway and living room significantly increases the likelihood of an overload. The combined current draw of lights, electronic devices, and appliances used in these areas can easily exceed the circuit's capacity, especially if multiple devices are used simultaneously. To rectify this situation, the electrical code typically requires that bathroom circuits be separate from general lighting and receptacle circuits. This may involve running a new dedicated circuit from the electrical panel to the bathroom, or rerouting the existing wiring to separate the bathroom outlets from the other outlets and lights. By reducing the load on each circuit, the risk of overheating and fire is significantly reduced, ensuring the safety of the occupants and the integrity of the electrical system. The absence of a smoke detector in the fourth bedroom or study is a direct violation of the electrical code and poses a serious life safety risk. Smoke detectors are critical devices that provide early warning of a fire, giving occupants valuable time to escape. The electrical code mandates that smoke detectors be installed in every bedroom and in areas adjacent to bedrooms. This requirement is based on the fact that most residential fires occur at night when people are asleep. Smoke detectors provide a crucial layer of protection by detecting smoke and sounding an alarm, alerting occupants to the presence of a fire and allowing them to evacuate safely. The fourth bedroom or study with a closet should be treated as a bedroom for smoke detector requirements, even if it's not currently used as a bedroom. The presence of a closet indicates the potential for use as a sleeping area, and therefore a smoke detector is required. Installing a smoke detector in this room is a simple and cost-effective measure that can save lives. It's important to ensure that the smoke detector is properly installed and connected to the home's electrical system with battery backup to ensure it functions even during a power outage. Regular testing of the smoke detector is also essential to ensure it's functioning correctly. Failing to install a smoke detector in a required location not only violates the electrical code but also puts occupants at unnecessary risk of injury or death in the event of a fire. The distance of the nearest outdoor outlet from the air conditioning unit exceeding 25 feet is a code violation. The purpose of this requirement is to provide a convenient and accessible power source for servicing and maintaining the air conditioning unit. Air conditioning units often require periodic maintenance such as cleaning, repairs, or component replacements. Having an outlet within 25 feet allows technicians to easily plug in tools and equipment without having to run long extension cords from distant outlets. This reduces the risk of electrical hazards and makes the maintenance process more efficient. Moreover, the outlet can be used to power temporary heating or cooling devices during repairs or replacements. To comply with the electrical code, an outdoor outlet must be installed within 25 feet of the air conditioning unit. This outlet should be weatherproof and properly grounded to ensure safety. The outlet should also be readily accessible and not obstructed by vegetation or other obstacles. By providing a nearby power source, the electrical code promotes safe and efficient maintenance practices, reducing the risk of electrical accidents and ensuring the long-term performance of the air conditioning unit. The lack of a supplemental ground, if required by local amendment, could cause further safety hazards. Grounding is a critical safety feature of electrical systems. Its purpose is to provide a low-resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source, allowing the overcurrent protection device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, to quickly trip and energize the circuit in the event of a ground fault. A ground fault occurs when a live wire comes into contact with a grounded surface, such as a metal enclosure or a water pipe. Without proper grounding, the fault current may not have a clear path back to the source, and the voltage on the grounded surface can rise to dangerous levels, posing a risk of electric shock to anyone who comes into contact with it. The National Electrical Code requires that all electrical systems be properly grounded to ensure safety. In addition to the main grounding electrode system, which typically consists of a ground rod or a connection to the metal water pipe, some local jurisdictions may require a supplemental ground, such as an additional ground rod or a ground plate. This supplemental ground provides an extra layer of protection in areas with high soil resistivity or other conditions that may compromise the effectiveness of the main grounding electrode system. If the local amendment requires a supplemental ground, it's essential to comply with this requirement to ensure the electrical system is properly grounded and the risk of electric shock is minimized. It's important to contact the local building department to clarify the supplemental ground requirement and to ensure that the electrical system meets all applicable codes and standards. Communication with the general contractor is essential. Open and clear communication with the general contractor about these electrical issues is crucial for ensuring they are addressed promptly and effectively. As the electrical contractor, it's the responsibility to inform the general contractor of any code violations or safety hazards that are discovered during the course of the work. The communication should be clear, concise, and professional, explaining the nature of the problem, the potential consequences, and the recommended solutions. It's also important to document all communications in writing, including the date, time, and the individuals involved. By keeping a record of all conversations, the electrical contractor can protect themselves in the event of a dispute or legal issue. If the general contractor is resistant to addressing the issues or attempts to cut corners, it may be necessary to escalate the matter to the local building department or other relevant authorities. However, it's always best to attempt to resolve the issues through open communication and collaboration first. By working together, the electrical contractor and the general contractor can ensure that the electrical system is safe, code compliant, and meets the needs of the homeowner. Documentation is of utmost importance. Maintaining thorough documentation of all electrical work is essential for ensuring accountability and protecting the electrical contractor from potential liability. Documentation should include detailed records of all inspections, tests, repairs, and installations, as well as copies of all permits, approvals, and communications with the general contractor, building department, and other relevant parties. Photos of code violations should be taken as evidence, documenting the nature and extent of the problem. These photos can be invaluable in resolving disputes or defending against claims of negligence. All documentation should be organized and stored in a secure location where it can be easily accessed if needed. By maintaining accurate and complete records, the electrical contractor can demonstrate that they have performed their work in a professional and code-compliant manner, reducing the risk of legal or financial repercussions. The issues identified pose safety hazards and code violations. To prioritize safety, the missing home run and smoke detector deficiencies should be addressed immediately. Also, rerouting of the bathroom circuit should take place to follow code and reduce possible overloads. Also, contact local building department to ensure that the supplemental ground issue is settled, so that there are no problems after you finish the job.